And right there, close to the museum where Nkonko and Laba and his friends were hiding naked, as Efula is running around with his ICHENCHEKU in Kpa Kpa Ndo, trying to resolve the sneezing error that interfered with the spiritual understanding of these four and nature. Suddenly, the soldiers were redirected to go immediately and apprehend the four that was seen naked right there in the museum. They turned around. Soldiers in their turn proceeded with caution, moving right into the museum, fully armed soldiers. The soldiers are getting really close. Laba and Nkonko had no choice than to defend, retreat. Surrendering has nothing to do with the Nkotos, most especially. Quickly, they hit their chests together and transformed. Nkonko and Laba transformed into a 20-feet gorilla, muscular, strong, and angry, fighting against the British and the English soldiers and the German soldiers. This was a real crazy battle. Laba quickly grabbed one of their tanks, bended them out, and used it to wipe off the rest of the trucks filled with soldiers, where the soldiers were hopping out from. Nkonko climbed the tree, quickly sprang on the tree, and landed on top of the helicopter from where one of the soldiers were shooting at them. He grabbed the helicopter by the tail, swung it around, and flipped it to smash the jet that was also ready to drop missile where they were. And both the helicopter and the jet smashed into pieces and exploded. Nkonko landed and began to chase the rest of the soldiers alongside Laba. Grabbed two of the soldiers, smashed them on the ground as he slid with them through other soldiers, holding them by the neck and sliding them on the rough edges of the floor. Their flesh were broken into pieces, including their skulls. Then he sprang up, and then he grabbed two more of the soldiers, smashed their heads together, flipped them to hit three more soldiers about to shoot off. Laba used two of them to block some shots coming from other soldiers on the other wing. Quickly, Nkonko and Laba jumped on four of the English armies. He flipped them up into a moving vehicle and the other one down to where the container was, and he smashed his hair on the container and felt blood bleed from his mouth. The other one shot at that direction, but he flew up, dived at two of them again, grabbed them by the hair, flipped them round like a fan will run clockwise, and flipped them up away. Then he smashed the two of them on top of the four soldiers shooting from a shield. Then he jumped off again. He grabbed two of the trucks and then he pulled them forward to run faster. Then he smashed them together. The soldiers' truck tumbled and caught fire. Few soldiers jumped out. Others were burnt in the fire. Laba proceeded. He pulled a tree from the ground and smashed two soldiers off his way as he was running. He grabbed the other with a power bike and a machine gun. He squeezed the machine gun and tied it around the soldier's neck. Then he kicked the power bike and the soldier to a group of 10 soldiers firing at him, and they caught fire from the power bike and exploded. The others kept firing from different angles, but the great thing is that Laba and Nkonko can see the bullets and can defend themselves, and no bullet hits their adamant skin made from the Nkoto soil. Any hot metal is automatically rejected. Nkonko and Lapa proceeded, still naked and seen by the soldiers. As the soldiers were firing at them, they were not retreating or surrendering. They were proceeding to make hundreds of German and British soldiers back up. 2 from the Kingdom of Stone, only 2 from Nkoto village. He grabbed 2 more power bikes from the ground and he slid on top of them, grabbing the soldiers to it. He made the power bike run faster than cars. He crashed them by rolling on top of a rock. Then from there, he let go of the power bike and spinned around. The power bike landed in 2 different parts of the road to make a division in the middle. The soldiers that have already crossed are almost all dead, looking for their way back to the soldiers who are on the other side, trying to retreat, not surrendering. Then he landed. Since guns couldn't stop them, the secret agents informed the rest for backup and more attack right there in England. The Queen ordered the kill of those black instantly. Less than 3 minutes, over 150 soldiers. They quickly transformed and began to stop the rest of the soldiers from attacking. The ones preparing to retreat invited their beasts. Over 100 bloodhound dogs with DNA from wild animals. You could see spit dropping from their mouth, ready to devour, looking for blood. They removed the mouth shield and let them loose. Since gun could not stop the soldiers from Nkoto village, I bet a beast like them could stop them this time. The dogs proceeded, as well as Nkonko and Lapa ran after the dogs. But at the time, the dogs began to sprang away, running helter-skelter, different angles, screaming for help, not even ready to back, with their tail in between their legs as they were running. The soldiers were scared. They have never seen anything like this in their lifetime. The dogs were no longer seeing human. They could smell the king of the Amazons. They could smell the king of the jungles. They could see bigger beasts after them. They needed to protect their life so they would be able to walk tomorrow. So they ran away to protect themselves. As Nkonko and Lapa proceeded, running after the soldiers with the mare gun, still firing 1 or 2 other shots at them. They had an armored tank. Quickly, it was loaded and fired. They had to fire a missile directly to them to see if that will stop them. But as the missiles were coming, the encoder is so strong that they could see moving fire, no matter how fast the fire is on. Quickly, Lapa grabbed the missile in fire, turned it around, back to the mouth of the tank they used in firing the missile. Nkonko pulled a tree from the ground again and blocked the mouth of the tank that fired after the missile has entered back into the tank, and the tank blew up into pieces. Lapa jumped off again and jumped into the second tank, getting ready to fire them. He opened the tank and threw grenades right into it. Then he sat on top of it and exploded and blew him up in the air. Lapa somersaulted and landed the other end. Just in the same method, they fought and ripped the 160 soldiers into pieces. Then he took a high five with Nkonko, his brother. They are seriously charged for this war. But when one of the German soldiers from Nkoto village recognized Nkonko and Lapa, peacemaker, Lapa the peacemaker, everyone in the Kingdom of Stone knows that soldier. The soldiers began to stop their fellow soldiers from proceeding, understanding that the fight will never end and will never stop unless they back out. Nkonko and Lapa proceeded until they saw their brother Nkonko was not happy, neither Lapa was. But when they noticed that their brother was trying to stop the rest of the soldiers from proceeding, they too held gradually and until ICHENCHEKU reacted.
Lucky ICHENCHEKU also reminds Efula on how they are doing. ICHENCHEKU also had his virtual work to do. Efula entered his system, reactivated the invisible codes, and then he had to send it through their mobile devices. Now they must have to find a mobile device, find out the number of the mobile device, send it to Efula, and then receive the chameleon color digitally. Automatically, they will transform and become the atmosphere again. Nkonko and Lapa barely ripped all of them into pieces. Luckily enough for them, they found 4 phones. The numbers were sent to Efula instantly where they were hiding behind a library.
Suddenly, they all went invisible again.
And the spiritual communicators are together. They must have to be shipped. The collection of the spiritual communicator involved large amount of salt, and the only way this can be exported safely without their container is by water, by the sea. The only way it can be received solidly as a product physically is by exporting spiritual communicator spirit collector. It has to be exported to the Kingdom of Stones from England. Finally, the 3-container load of finance and the spiritual communicator spirit collector were already loaded in a ship heading to Abbey village owned by Aros's father. As the secure container load of finances as well as the spiritual communicator of the Kingdom of Stones and beyond, then it sailed. One of the biggest ships found today from Titanic. Well, ship cruised straight to the Kingdom of Stone, as well as the 4 that fought the great battle in England when their spiritual communicator tried to stop them from acquiring and reaping a African connected spiritual communicators of a black man. It was like a big battle against the light and the darkness. But Nkonko and Lapa really felt what it was like fighting against gunshots and bomb blasts. They really felt it in their skin, the pain involved. They finally secured all the spiritual communicator in their target. Nkonko, Lapa, Arose, and also swam home back to the Kingdom of Stones for the victorious outcome of their assignments for the good news celebration. Because the king father was very excited to see the spiritual communicator back. 7 was not happy. One fat family celebrated for the great arrival of the spiritual communicator. They started planning on how to show gratitude to Efula, the great deal, but Efula cannot be found, not on the land. So Kpa Ndo itself is as transparent as water should be, as transparent as water is under the sea. More solid than metal will be. Efula belt